Hi, so in the previous video I was talk about the path extractor, right? So in this video talk about the query. So path is especially for the params and I already talked about before like previous video. So in this video I will talk about the query. How you access the query data, right, in the backend, and how you access in the like you know like let's see how I can achieve this. So I will talk about the query and let's see how I can do this. So basically query it look like this. So if I show you URL like this, so it is start with the question marks and it will give some variables page and per page. So this data you will access in the backend. So basically it will hit by the client side. So it will go and backend and it will access like it you can take the data in this one and you can access the data according to your variables from your database and it will return back to the client side. So basically this more focus on the how we can access this data if someone send from the client side, right? So this is the especially this is called the query. So like when you start from the question mark and and end percent, so that is we know like this is the this is the query. So how we write the query in client side, so basically we can write like this. So yeah, so we can start with like how we can do. So like in a previous video, so I was already talk about this thing, so I'm not going through. Like you just create the simple server, like you just create your own server and listening on the port on the 3000 port, and this is a this is a HTTP one, so we are using here the TCP listener and gRPC also. I think that is also listening on the TCP just for the another video. So okay, so I just create the items. Uh, so first, let's start. So suppose you have like a URL this like that. So how you can access it? So first you will create some struct like this. So structs look like a struct, and we can see the something. Like pagination. Suppose I just want to uh, you know just we can give anything name, but suppose we have the some client side and you want to access the page per page. So we how many query can come from the client side. So basically we are the suppose pagination. We just give the name. Okay, this is pagination. So basically how many data and which page. So we can do this like a struct, and here is the page. So page number, what would be the page number? Page number would be like U64 looks like it will give in the number form. And what will the page per? So what will the per page? Per page, how many items will return? So that would be as well like option. And this one derive, and this is the deserialize and serialize. So basically it will like when the access like suppose data which come from the client side, so it will deserialize, it will convert to the struct form, and it will just serialize, so it will go to the like here, so it will return. So what in which type we are returning, so basically it will serialize in that form and it will return to the client side. So that is a serializing just create the simple struct. And now we just create the some async. Oh God. So we just create the some functions. So like this, we can say this is a handler. So handler is like a list item. We just create the simple handlers. Like this is the list items, and here the most important thing, like basically, this is the returning like a string, and here we can write like a println something, or maybe we just write the format something. So here, so here the most important thing, in the previous video I talk about like path. So first it write the path, and here is a query, so we are passing the query. So we here we can give directly variable name. So I just want to give the pagination, just anything name. Here you can do anything. And what is the type? So basically for the types you can give the types like this. and looks like this. And here we can pass the pagination. This is the um, pagination, this is a query, and now we can access the data. So here we can give the data like page, suppose page is the something, here we can pass like page 1 have uh, items, right? IDE items. So here we can give the uh, page, and here we can give the uh, per page. So it will give, hey, how you access data. So basically we can give the pagination dot page and pagination dot per page. Okay. So it is saying, hey, you are giving, so but it is giving error. So like this is a format display and how you can and access this data. Basically it is saying, hey, so like this is position is a sum, right? This is same format display is not implemented the option uh, status display is not implemented the this one. So how you can access the data, that is good, right? So how you can access the data, so basically we can write the unwrap. So we can directly return the, you know, in this form, and it will give the data, right? Like what is the actual data. If suppose like in the client side, suppose in the default, what would be the default you want to show you. So like if I just give the, no, if I don't give the, like just want to show you, like it's just to give very simple thing, right? In just create the simple pagination, give what query parameter inside it, and here we can just pass the directly format value. So we can directly access the data page, like which page and per page, so it will come from the client side. And now we can just create the another routes here, and this could be the like simple, I just want to show you items, and this could be the get, and here we can just pass the handler, that is the, what is the item, that is the list item, right? List item, and we can directly pass here and just semicolon and ping. I think what is the list, yeah, list items, list items, list item, not list item, list items, and control s. And I just want to show you, here I didn't give the you know is like what, like directly we are just unwrapping. So if suppose a page variable is not there, so like it will give the, it will panic. So it will how you access it, so like it will give there. So I just want to show you how it is doing thing. So if I just control C and clear cargo run, so just see, if I just go here and just give page 2 and 30 items, it is give because of we already passed the page 30 and page query. If I just give this, it will give, hey, error soccer. Why? Because it will just panic, so it give the none value. So how you can access it? So in that case, like suppose the first page by default page, like if someone go to the client side, like some first page. So in a first page, how many items you want to show, definitely you want to show something suppose a page would be the first, and how many items you want to show, like it would be the like 20, 30, anything. By default maybe 10. So in that case, so suppose yes, if from client side it's no one giving, like, so it will, it will automatically give the give the date items, right? If I just directly give, if I just add the question mark, how many page would be the like page might be 3, and if I want to add the more like query, so like we can give the and here can write the per page, and here how many items I want to show, like the only 30. So if I just enter, so hey, page 3 and have 30 items, so it is look, it work like that. So what actually I did, so basically I first see the how which type of query we can pass in this route. So that is my first mental model. So first create the route. So like this is items, and this is a handlers would be the, and before handler, so here we can first create the struct, and here actually define the all the query parameter, like how, like what query could be. So already we just define here, like maybe suppose page 3, and I didn't pass the pay for page, so it will give the 20 by default, that is the item. So that is the option, right? So by default it will the item that will return if you provide it, so it will return, otherwise it will not return, right? That's very simple, right? So that is case. And here we can see like here we the most important, this is query, and here queries come from the extract path query, right? This is the I'm talking about. And path we already talked in the previous video. This is a query, so here is a path, and here just give the variable name, and this is a query, and here we just pass the types, what would be the types of the structs, what could be the request will come, so it will pass the in that form, like this just serialize. So basically it will just deserialize in this struct, and before just returning, so it will just return the string. Okay, that is the case. And suppose another thing, suppose I just want to return the like instead of the string, I just want to return in the JSON, right? So in this case, we can define the something like another thing. Maybe two things. Like first, if you want to like separate page, like suppose uh like like something, or maybe same thing, so I just want to the separate thing, so you will more figure out, like we can give the name of the uh response item, something response items, and here we can just define the uh, what could be the like message, I think, and it would be the like a string, and another is the yeah like a message, like yeah, I think that is enough, I think. Like I think page would be, yeah, just showing, yeah, that is a page. Yeah, page would be the same, like might be like u64, or might be you can show the like option anything, right? Just I want to give you like examples of per page, and per page which would be the like u64. And here we can do the same thing, what would be the like exactly we can pass the derive, and here it would be the deserialize and serialize. And if I just control S, and if I just to go here and response item and just copy, and instead of this the string, and here we can just pass the JSON, and here we can just pass the response item, and JSON will come from the Axum JSON, it will actually extract the data. And like in the request, if you want to pass if you want to return the JSON format, so it will do according to that, right? So basically this is JSON we are returning. So instead of this format, actually format is just return the string. So instead of this we can first let response is equal to response item. Here we can just message would be the like hey, uh, list item, list items, list items list items retrieved successfully, retrieved successfully. Just any message you can just return it, right? It doesn't care what you write like here. And another is the page, or per page, what how many page, like per page I just want to return like pagination dot per page dot, I think, unwrap, because if I just want to return exact value, so yeah, that is the case. A page would be the like the same pagination dot page, and definitely I want to run the unwrap. What would the value, right? It could be anything, right? So yeah, like if it could be it could be give error, so in wrap or, and by default like we are passing like unwrap like page, so basically unwrap or, and per page I think by default we can pass the 20 just for giving, maybe it will give error. So yeah, that is case. So and this is the string, right? I've already defined the string, so basically we can just convert on the string, and it is saying hey, error, so basically we can do this JSON, and here we can pass the rest, control S, and it will automatically go. So here it would be the question mark, and everything is fine, and now we can just control S, and instead of that it was just returning the string, so now it will return the um you know uh JSON format. So like I will just see and see if we can, hey, list item retrieved successfully, page 3, page. That is a simple thing. And another is a query for showing, like suppose you have the data, suppose you have the URL, and you have the URL something uh, per page is equal to like so like I just want to access the like this query, instead of like big, we have the some routes, instead of like suppose you were writing something like that, and instead of like you like that, so just you URL and you want to access the query. So instead of like you can just do it like that, like first you can do this something and first like parse and unwrap. Unwrap in the sense likely just it will give the panic. It will if it will not parsing, so it will not able to parse, so it will directly panic, or maybe it will give the value. So yeah, that is a value. And now I just want to uh, just convert into that query. So like let res is equal to like what would be the types. So it could be the query, and here we can pass the query would be the two things like pagination. So here we are passing the pagination, and here just pass the query. And query have the two things, like it have the some method. So try from URI, and URI we can just pass the URL, and here we can just dot unwrap. So basically it will directly return the print ln, I think. Here we can directly see the return, like we can directly access the data like page, and another is the per page. So we can do this 1 second, yeah. And I think what is a re-res dot uh, page dot unwrap, and another is the res dot per page dot unwrap, right? If I just control this, and it is saying, hey, this is giving error. Why? Because if it is parsing, but it didn't know like what is the type. So and yeah, okay. So what is giving error? Let's see. The trade bound URI from str, it is not satisfied. The trade from str is implemented for URI required by bound in core str implemented parse, right? So just see, the trade bound is very trade is also like more important concepts. I will talk about in the later video, but definitely the trade bound, here is a m% URI from str is not satisfied. So in that case, so basically parsing, so like URI, so instead of that, so we can pass this URI. So like in the rush, so basically you just suppose you were just you're not passing, so it will give error. But when you can pass somewhere, so it will take, okay, this is the data, and it will returning, okay, that will data is URL, and it will convert that form. So instead of writing here key what would be the here is a type, so instead of that you can when you pass somewhere like here, so it automatically convert in that form, and we can access that with control S. And when I just control C and control run, so okay, that will give the panic. What is saying invalid URL, invalid format. So it is saying, hey, this is the invalid format and invalid URL. So because of this is the HTTP. Okay. So yeah, yeah, we should to understood ki while it is giving error, and just run the Karago, and it will give the answer. Matlab, just a response. Like it should be understand why this is giving error, and okay. So that's all about this uh, uh, query. Okay. Let's come with the next video. Let's come. Okay. Thank you so much.